Bro, everybody's talking about AJ Dybantsa and Darryn Peterson. Obviously, they're the top of this draft class. And meanwhile, the Golden State Warriors, they have quietly drafted a dude at number 11 who's out there making every team who passed on him look silly. Y'all already know I'm talking about Yaxel Lendeborg. And if you don't know his name yet, you're about to, because through 2 Summer League games, this man is looking too good for Summer League, period. 21 points, 10 boards, 6 assists in his first outing, and then followed that up with 4 of 8 shooting from 3 against the Thunder. This dude is an absolute problem. But here's the thing that makes the story even crazier. Yaxel almost never played basketball at all. Let's get into it. But before we get started, make sure y'all like the video and comment y'all thoughts down below, because y'all already know we're trying to go with this thing to the moon. Dallas. Hey, and if nobody told you guys this today, y'all my brothers, my sisters, my family, love each and every last one of y'all. Also, as somebody who shares Dominican heritage, I have to let y'all know that the correct pronunciation of his name is more like Yaxel. But for the purposes of this video, we're just gonna go with Yaxel because that's what more people are familiar with. So right now, everybody sees the 6'9" national champion, Big Ten Player of the Year lottery pick. But when we rewind the clock, Yaxel's just a kid from New Jersey that treated basketball like a chore. And before you come at me, those are his words, not mine. He said playing basketball with friends growing up was just something to do. He wasn't serious about it. He wasn't taking it seriously in the gym, and he wasn't taking it seriously in the classroom either. And the latter almost cost him everything. You see, Yaxel's grades weren't the best, so as a result, he missed out on most of his high school career. Yeah, he had freshman team, but he was held out a sophomore, junior, and most of his senior year. So here you got a 6'9" kid with legitimate bloodlines because both of his parents played basketball professionally in the Dominican Republic. And I didn't even know that. I didn't know moms was out there getting buckets. Can you imagine? Because when you look at Yaxel's mom, from what we've seen, she just seems like the nicest woman in the world. I could just imagine her out there trash talking, getting buckets, and just going hard at somebody. But nonetheless, you got all of this, all that talent, and you're sitting on the bench. And that's the part that a lot of people don't know. This isn't a 5-star prospect story. This is an almost didn't make it out of New Jersey story. And that's where moms comes into the story, because without her, we're not making this story, period. There was a moment in the senior year when it changed everything. He'd been out late with his friends one night, not focused. His mom broke down crying in front of him, told him straight up, "Nobody's smiling right now. You don't know how to be a good son. I work 2 jobs. I do everything for you. And this is how you're acting?" And I know that hit him different, because so many of us, myself included, the turning point in our life where we just said we got to get our acts together was seeing our mother, father, or both crying, and you just telling yourself, I will never be the cause of this again. So what did Yaxel do? He did what all good sons do. He locked in, bringing his grades up enough to play in the final 11 games of the senior season. And even though he went 10-1, there was still no scholarship offers, no scouts, and his basketball career seemed to be over before it even started. And that's when Ma Dukes did what Ma Dukes do. She was not by a long shot done fighting for him. She found a junior college in the middle of the desert, Arizona Western, out there in Yuma. Y'all already seen the movie 310 to Yuma. You know it's nothing out there in Yuma County, Arizona. 15 miles away from the Mexican border. She got him a scholarship, and when he said he didn't want to go, you already know she wasn't playing the radio with him. She drove him to the airport anyway, and in his own words, he begged and pleaded for her not to take him. You see, Yaxel had never been away from his mom in his life, and now you're about to send me out to the middle of nowhere? This is gonna be complete culture shock. And that's the moment that everything turned around for Yaxel, because at Arizona Western, he balled out, earning junior college All-American honors. And from there, the recruiting rocket ship went to the moon, Dallas. He transferred to UAB, became a legit double-double machine, and by the time he's ready to hit the transfer portal, he's, quote, the top player in the portal. Now, this is what separates Yaxel from a lot of guys. He was already a friend's first-round pick coming out of UAB. He could have stopped right there, declared for the draft, got drafted, and started cashing checks, just making it rain everywhere. Instead, he transferred to Michigan for 1 more year. And why would he do that? Because as my guy Flimlo Rap says, and y'all can repeat it with me, there is often little to no upside to coming back to your senior year. Why did he do it? Because he had something to prove. Yaxel wanted to prove to himself and everybody else that he could get it done at the highest level of college basketball against the best competition on the biggest stage. And that's exactly what he did at the University of Michigan, averaging 15.7 rebounds and 3 assists per game. Big Ten Player of the Year, consensus first team All-American, and the cherry on top, the oh-so-coveted national title. And get this, my dog played through a MCL and ankle sprain in the Final Four. And as someone who's had reconstructive ACL surgery on my left knee and a high ankle sprain before, I got no clue how he did it. The people told him to sit down and protect his draft stock, but he said, I'm playing no matter what, gutting it out for 13 points in 36 minutes in the national championship game. All on a bad wheel. Wow. But that was just another day at the office for Yaxel, and that's exactly the workman mentality that we're talking about. So when the Golden State Warriors took him at 11 overall and the cameras found him after his name was called, the emotion on his face told the entire story. And it was every emotion possible, from I don't deserve to be here right now to I just simply cannot believe it. This wasn't a guy that was celebrating a lottery pick like it was owed to him. This was a guy who remembered being benched his entire high school career, who remembered getting forced onto a plane to the middle of nowhere, who nobody else believed in but his mom. He said it himself on draft night.
That kid got here because of her. She pushed a dream, forced me to go out there and step into the world and then become a man. You know?
And here's what makes it even heavier. His mom was dealing with some health issues that she kept from him for the longest time because she didn't want to distract him while he was on his title run in Michigan. So when he got picked, it wasn't just about him making it. It was about giving back to the person who never stopped fighting for it. So now he's in the league at 23 years old, one of the oldest first round picks in his class. And that's part of the chip on his shoulder too. He's not a young project. He knows that he doesn't have an unlimited runway. He's coming in with the workman's mentality, ready to earn a role instead of waiting to develop. And that's exactly what we've been seeing through the first 2 games of the Las Vegas Summer League. Game 1 against the Mavericks, and this one had a little bit of extra juice because he was going against his former teammate Morez Johnson. Yaxel goes off, 21 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists on 61.5% shooting from the field. Beat this guy and let him know about it afterwards. Said, Yaxel, I tried the big boy. Then came game 2 against Ademar and the Thunder, another Michigan teammate. Are y'all starting to see a theme here? Anyway, Yaxel dropped 14 points on 4 of 8 shooting from 3, 4 assists, and 3 steals. Another dope performance. But it's not just the scoring numbers that people are talking about. It's how he's getting it done. He's playing like a point forward, bringing the ball up, running the offense, making reads, facilitating out of the post. The Warriors beat reporters are already comparing him to a young Draymond Green, one of those famous slip and cut actions Golden State is known for. And that's exactly why this fit makes so much sense, because if Yaxel's going to develop into a point forward, do everything type role, there's literally no better mentor on the planet than Draymond Green. Well, if you can't get LeBron James, but it don't look like that's gonna happen. We did a video about that. I'm gonna leave a link to that in the description. But anyway, Draymond Green, 4-time champion, defensive player of the year, one of the smartest basketball minds to ever do it. Yaxel gets to learn the position from a guy who basically invented it for the era, for the Golden State Warriors, that is. Because we already know that LeBron Ramon James is the one that really revolutionized that position. But I digress. Now let's talk about the 3-point shot, because that just might be the most encouraging part of his entire game. Coming out of college, he had jump shot questions. It was considered somewhat of a question mark, which is always considered a question mark coming out of college, because in college, you're running a very structured offense, and sometimes it comes across as the coach would rather run his offense and win his way than win the game any other way. So that translates to, sometimes I dare you to take some of those shots that we're seeing him take in Summer League. But all that aside, right now it seems to be a moot point, because that young man shooting the lights out right now. 9 out of 13 from deep, 69%. And against the Thunder, 4 out of 8. Yeah, it might be a small sample size, but the flashes are real. And here's the thing that should terrify the rest of the league. He is about to spend every single day in practice with Steph Curry, the greatest shooter of all time. If Yaxel's jumper is already looking this good, just imagine what it's gonna look like after a few practices with Steph Curry in his ear in the gym every single day. So let's zoom out for a sec. This is a kid who didn't even want to play basketball, whose mom had to put him on a plane to the middle of nowhere, who went the JUCO route, then the UAB, and then one more year at Michigan just to prove that he belonged. Every step of the way he was doubted. Every step of the way he was overlooked, and now he's a national champion and a lottery pick, sitting across the locker room from Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, and with the keys to become exactly the type of point forward that this league is trending towards. Yaxel Lendeborg is way more than just a feel-good story. He's a legitimately underrated basketball player who's shown you glimpses in just 2 summer league games of what a workman's mentality paired with real talent looks like. The floor is already high, and with Draymond and Steph in his corner, the ceiling is even higher. It's only up from here, baby. Now, if y'all think that Yaxel is playing as well as I think he's playing, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. We dropping this type of heat every day of the week, man. I also want to know, what do you guys think he's going to start the season as far as, is he going to be a starter or is he going to come off the bench? And then also by January, will he be starting or where do you think he's going to be? I think he's going to start immediately. And as long as he's able to play good defense, which we know he can, and hit open jumpers, which he's shown that he can, he'll be able to stay on the floor and play, learn from Draymond and Steph. And like I said, his minutes should just go up from there. But that's what I think. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Again, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll holler at y'all next time. Till next time. It's your boy Jay Easy, aka Fresh from the Barbershop, BK the People's Champ.
Godspeed.